How to make a one block skyblock in Minecraft Bedrock. So as you can see, there's this one block right here, and I keep breaking it, and it keeps replacing with other random blocks. Now, you can either make this so every single block is in a random order. You can even have chests like this, and you can also have mobs as well. Or you can make it so that everything is just one after each other and has different levels. The way this is set up is so that each block has a couple of different levels of the same block in case you lose some of them or some of it falls through, so you can definitely get different tools and armor that you do need. Let me show you how this works. So first of all, you need to create yourself a scoreboard. To do this, go into chat and type this command, /scoreboard objectives, and then add and then level dummy. Make sure level is spelled the same way and has a lowercase l, and then press whichever button it is to send messages in your chat. I've already got the scoreboard created, so it won't work for me, but that will work for you. Next, what you need to do is get yourself an armor stand, a name tag, and an anvil. Name the name tag in the anvil level, place down the armor stand, and then name the armor stand level like so. So it will say level above the armor stand if you've done this correctly. Again, make sure it has a lowercase l and is spelt level like so. And then you need to set up the area that you want your one block skyblock to actually be. So as you can see, there is a single block right here. Now, what I would recommend you do is either have barrier blocks around it or oak planks or something, because otherwise you will fall through or you'll lose the blocks. If you don't want to worry about that and you just want to have a chance to fall through or the chance to lose the blocks, you don't need the barrier blocks, but I would recommend it. And I'd also recommend you have a barrier block underneath as well, just so that the blocks don't fall through and you don't fall through too, as it can be a little bit glitchy. I don't know if that's just Bedrock Edition being Bedrock Edition or why, but I do recommend it. It makes it a lot easier. You can have it as oak planks or something. That's what a lot of maps do, or you can have a barrier blocks if you do want to. Next, what you need to do is enable coordinates in your world. So go into chat and type this game rule. /game rule show coordinates true. Mine's already set to true, but this will just show your coordinates in the top of your screen, and then you want to face down into wherever you want your block to be. So place down a block. It can be any block for now. In this case, I'm using dirt. And then type the coordinates in the comment section or somewhere where you remember them of where your block is if you face down standing on top of the block, as you will need this coordinate for some of the command blocks. I know this looks like a lot of commands, but trust me, it's actually quite simple. So now for the command blocks themselves. Now these can be completely customizable, so you can add more or you can add less command blocks and less levels for your system. So in this case, this is the first command block right here, and you will need this command block no matter what. It's set to always active and to repeat, and this is the command. It's execute if block, and then the coordinates of your block. So the coordinates you just wrote down in the comment section, you want to write those in here. For this case, it's 0 and then -58 and then 0. And then you want to have air and then run, and then scoreboard players adds, and then @e, and then name equals level 1. So the first level is the name of your entity, the armor stand, and the second level is the scoreboard, which is level, and then 1 is the scoreboard value it will add. So if you look at my levels above my hotbar, as you can see, every time I break this, it will add another level to my levels, as this is the level scoreboard. And don't worry, I will show you how to show it above your hotbar as well in your action bar. The second command block here is chain. It's unconditional and always active, and this is the command. Execute if entity @e name equals level, scores equals level equals 1.5, run, and then set block is 0, and then -58, and then 0, and then dirt. Again, you want to have your coordinates there as well. And for the level, as you can see, it's 1 and then .5. And this means anything between level 1 and level 5, the block will be set to dirt, or whatever block you chose. You can have whatever block you want. You don't have to have dirt. But you can basically customize this. So instead of having 1.5, you could just have it for one level. So each level is a different block. Or you can have it for more or less as well. So let's say you wanted any level between 1 and 10 to be dirt. You could have 1 and then .10, for example. And then anything between 1 and 10 will be dirt. So the first 10 blocks of your thing. And then for the second command block here, it's also chain. It's also unconditional and also always active as well. And then this is the command. Execute if entity @e name equals level, and then scores equals level, and then 6.10. Run set block, and then your coordinates again for your block, and then stone. So once again, it's the same as dirt, but it's for stone. The next few levels will be for stone. And you can again customize whatever block you want, whatever order you want, and for how long you want as well. So for the third command block here, this is pretty much the same thing again as the other two, but it is instead for iron ore, and it is for levels between level 11 and level 15. The next command block slightly different because it's a chest. So this is the command right here. It is again set to chain. It is set to unconditional and always active. And then the command is execute if entity @e name equals level, scores equals level equals 16. So as you can see, this is just one level. Because it's a chest, it needs to just be one level. You can't have this for multiple. You can obviously have different chests though for different level numbers as well, or any other container. And then unless, and then block, and then the coordinates for your block again, and then chest, and then run, and then clone, and then the coordinates of the chest. And then the final set of coordinates are the coordinates of your block again. So the first two are the coordinates of the chest, and the last one is for whatever your one block is. And the other coordinates that you need for the first two coordinates is just simply the coordinates of the chest. So here is the coordinates of the chest for me, for example, but obviously yours will be different for your chest. And then I just put some stuff inside this chest that I want to be cloned, and whenever this shows up in the one block, it will display this stuff in the chest. Again, you can have multiple different chests as well for multiple different numbers. We just did one for this example. And then the next command block here is chain. It's unconditional, and it is also set to always active as well. And again, this is the same as some of the previous ones, but it is for coal ore instead, and it has different numbers as well. For the next command here, it is chain. It's unconditional and it's always active again, but this is only for one level, which is 21. So it's the same command, but instead of having the dot and the different numbers, two sets of numbers, you just have 21 for the level. And then the block is tough. The block can again be anything you want. The reason it's only one coordinate though is because of mobs. So this is for spawning a mob, this command block right here. It's always active, it's chain, but this time it is conditional instead of unconditional, so it only spawns the mob once. And the command is execute if entity at e name equals level, scores equals level 21. So once again, it's 21. It's the same level as the tough one because the mob needs to be able to spawn on a block for the mob to be able to spawn. And then run, and then summon cow, and then the coordinates for where your block is, but you want it one block above. So my coordinates are 0, minus 58, 0. In this case, you want 0, minus 57, 0 if you have the same coordinates as me, which you probably won't, but you get the idea. It's one block above, and that's just so it only spawns one cow for you rather than spawning a bunch of the mobs. And you can set this to any mob as well, and obviously have multiple of these for multiple different mobs. The next command block here is back to chain, unconditional and always active. And then this is the command. It's execute if entity at e name equals level, scores equals level equals 22.25, run, set block, and then the coordinates for your block once again, and deep slates. There is one final command block in this chain to be able to reset it and make sure this will work forever. But before I show you that, you can also add a lot more to this too. So you can add fireworks to go off when you break certain blocks. You can make it so there's play sounds or different animations that play when you break certain blocks. You can add as many of these blocks as you want, or as few as you want. You can obviously make the levels for each to be less, so it's only 1 equals 1 level rather than having them last for several different levels. So for example, the dirt could just be level 1, level 2, or just level 1, or it could be level 1 to 5 like it is in this example. And you can literally change anything you want. It's completely customizable. If you do need any help to make this work for you in a different way, or you want it to be slightly different, do let me know in the comments and I will try and help you out. And I'm trying to keep this video as simple as possible, but it can be made a lot more complicated. It can be made completely random, and you can do this in completely different ways as well. And obviously you can have different mobs, different chests, different containers, or whatever you do want. Now there's 2 more command blocks. The final one right here is to be able to reset it so that it will set back to 0 and then back to 1. And then there is also a command block over here that will allow you to display the level above your hotbar. So first of all, we'll go for the chain command block right here. This is chain. It is set to always active, and it is set to unconditional. And then this is the command right here. Execute if entity at e name equals level, scores equals level equals 26. And then as you can see, it says ... And this means it's 26 or above. So if there's no number at the end of a ... it just means it will go on indefinitely. And in this case, it will go on just for the one level, because the next bit of the command is run, and then scoreboard, players set at E, name equals level, and then level -1. So this will set the level to -1. So basically what this means is whenever you get to the last level, it will set it back to -1, and it will completely repeat itself again, because when the block's broken, it will add 1 point and then set it back to dirt, or whatever you have for your first block. So it's pretty simple. It's just going to automatically set it back to the start again once you have gone through the whole chain of command blocks. And then for the command block to be able to set the display to be above your action bar, this is the command right here. Obviously, all of these command blocks, you need to have all the brackets, all the dots, and all the different symbols as well, but this one especially. It's execute as at E, and then name equals level, and then run, tell raw, at A, action bar, and then raw text, text, level, score, name, @s, objective, level. And as you can see, this is displaying the level above my hotbar. You can also customize the colors as well if you do want to. So to do the colors, it's actually the color symbol, how you get color text on signs or anything in your Minecraft game. So in this case, we're using the yellow color, and we're also using the light blue color as well. I just want to give a quick shout out to Ian for making this video possible and updating and setting up all these commands for this video. It wouldn't be possible without him, so thank you so much. And if you guys want to know how to make a void world on Minecraft so that it's completely void like it is for me, then check out the video on screen.